Hey folks, this is Nod, and we are mucking around with X-Plane. Right, today, as you can see, I'm in a glider and there's a tow plane hooked up, and I want to talk to you about an add-on called Towplane-X. This is something we've been working on, and we're about to release it. Actually, by the time you see this, it probably will have been released. Link will be in the description of this video, or you can just go find it on the org store, Xplane.org. Alright, so what is Towplane-X? Well, back in X-Plane 9, I believe it was, the tow plane used to take you up and fly a pattern, and it sort of did its own thing. It didn't just fly straight out like it does in X-Plane 11 now, and that's fine and all. But I think it was X-Plane 10 or maybe X-Plane 11. They took that out and they added the ability to remotely control the tow plane. You can map a hotkey or some buttons on your joystick. I like to use the hat switch on my joystick, for example. You can turn left, turn right, go straight ahead, things like that. So you can steer the tow plane while you're being towed up. However, a lot of people kind of miss the old original tow plane that used to do its own thing. It was had some artificial intelligence in it. It would take off and it would turn and make turns and fly a pattern of sorts. So that's what we're doing here with Towplane-X. Got a simple little add-on. It's really lightweight, and what it does is it actually lets you select from the list here of some preset patterns that it will fly, and that's it really. It'll just it'll fly the tow plane for you, and it makes it a little bit more realistic. You're not just actually controlling it remotely anymore. You're actually sort of being towed, and you have to pay attention because suddenly the tow plane will turn, and you're like, oh, it's turning, and then you got to sort of stay on top of that. It's a little bit more immersive and fun. So we've added that back in, I guess, is the idea, and it's completely optional. If you want to actually take over control of the tow plane, you can still do that. But anyway, enough babbling. Let me show you the actual add-on, and we'll take a quick trip up, or do a quick tow. So I'm in the X-Plane default ASK-21, and we'll be towed by the Cessna 172. Alright, so I've mapped Towplane-X to my hotkey, so I can just call that up anytime I want. And here's the interface. It's really small, lightweight, not much to it. And all you do is you pick a pattern. You can just choose from all sorts of interesting things. I'll let you guys play with this and explore them. Or if you don't want it to do anything, you just hit none, and it'll just fly straight forever, basically. So I'm going to choose the left-hand pattern, which will give us lots of interesting turns to play with. So we'll leave that over here for now, but you don't need to keep this up. You also don't even need to open this. Cool features if you don't even want to deal with the interface. Every time you, once you got this installed, every time you do an aerotow, it'll just randomly choose one of these for you. So you kind of don't know what to expect, which is kind of fun. And if you want to, actually make sure it does the right pattern, and if you're in a tight enclosed sort of box canyon or something, and you want to make sure it goes the right way, you can choose. You can always open this up and choose. So and at any time you can also take over control of the tow plane and use your normal left, right, and straight commands. Okay, I'm using X winch with this. It's not required, but it does play nice with Towplane-X, so they all kind of work together. So let's get that going.
Cables on and secured. You have a weekend. All clear above, behind, and in front. Take up slack.
Take up slack.
All out.
And here we go. Now, got a bit of crosswind right here, so let's see if he's going to hold course. He should. This is not actually doing anything special with the tow plane, other than just telling it to turn left, to turn right, and go straight. So it's basically stock. It's not really... It's pretty lightweight, this add-on, so it doesn't really do anything strange to the tow plane, and it's just going to act like it normally does. Right, and we are airborne. So I'm going to try my best to stay behind him. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so at some point here, he should make a left turn. So let's see what happens here. I'm going Doing very well so far. So keep an eye on him, see what happens. There's a certain amount of randomness to this, so he's you don't ever really know when he's going to make his turn, which is kind of fun. Oh, there he goes. See the turn? And it's a real subtle turn. It's not like he's cranked over or anything. I don't know how many degrees that is, but it's very easy to follow. Although I'm not doing a particularly good job right now, but so he's going to do a 90-degree turn here, which is the first part of our turn up the top here. And we're straightening out. It's actually interesting. If you keep an eye on the nose wheel of the plane, you probably can't see it here, but it'll actually turn, and you can kind of see what he's doing. I guess you can watch his rudder too. And, okay, yep, there he goes. He's turning again. Alright, so now we're doing our downwind leg. Stay behind him. So he's just going to do a series of 90-degree turns. Of course, the wind will kind of mess that up a little bit. But we should be parallel with the runway, which we are. Okay, that's pretty good. You know, if you're flying in a howling gale, then yeah, it's going to be a little screwy. Okay, look, ooh, he's made another turn already. Okay, as I said, there's a little bit of randomness into this, which makes it kind of interesting. You got to stay on top of this. You got to like watch him. You can't just sort of get lethargic and just sort of sit back and like, oh, I know what he's going to do next. But he's going to follow this pattern now, and this particular case, he's going to keep doing this forever. He'll just keep making 90-degree turns to the left. However, we can change that. If we want to reverse that, let's make him make a right turn now. So fly a right pattern. So I think what he's going to do is I'm going to make a right turn and then just keep going straight. So let's see what happens here. Which we kind of want to do anyway, because we don't want to go towards those mountains just yet. So as I said, you can change these anytime you want while you're in flight. And you can still command the tow plane yourself if you need to. A little bit of a bump there. Actually, I don't know if he's going to do this because this is just a single turn and then he goes. Let's see what happens. This one sort of does one turn and then... Oh no, there he goes. Okay, he's doing his turn. Very nice. Okay. So in some ways you can steer him just by doing this, just choosing the left on the right turn, or none, which will go straight ahead, which he's going to do in a second. He's made his turn. Okay, so now he'll just fly straight, or I could choose none, which is just straight ahead now. But you're not really supposed to use this interface after you've taken off. The idea is you just choose one of these patterns and he'll tow you up doing that, and you can close this out. But I still have control of this. So if I want to make a left turn right now, I'll just hit my hotkey on my yoke and you'll now make a left turn. And we'll go straight again, or straight, straighten out. So you still have control of this. Like if he starts flying you towards a mountain, you can intervene, you know. So think of it like calling him up on the radio and saying, what are you doing? You're going to crash to a mountain. So yeah, that's brilliant. So this is working very well. Alright, let's get off tow here. So I'm going to make him turn left. I'm going to do my release here. Up. I'm going to turn right. I know people in different countries turn different directions, but we're in the US here, so I believe that's the right procedure there. Alright, and I'm gliding. Very nice, thanks for the tow. So that's pretty much it. As I said, there's not much to this. It's a real lightweight little app. And yeah, it's give it a try. It's a lot of fun and there's not much to it. If you have some problems with like you can't see your tow plane or something like that, there is a video in the instructions that'll help you out with that. A lot of times that problem happens if you've got certain add-ons that use X-Plane's AI system. You could have some conflicts with that, so you may need to go into the plugins admin, for example, and you know, turn some of these add-ons you've got in here to on and off while you're aerotowing. You probably turn them back on afterwards, but there's a video in the instructions. There's a link to that if you do have some issues and for whatever reason you can't see your tow plane. That's not a problem with Towplane-X. Towplane-X is not causing that. That's That's one of your other add-ons conflicting with just the base X-Plane game simulator. So yeah, anyway, this is fantastic. I really like this. It's a nice, simple little thing, and it's optional. You don't have to run it all the time. You can just put it on none if you want a normal tow. You know, just go straight out and control it yourself. Or if you just, you know, most of the time I just don't even open this window. I just go for a tow, and it just chooses one of these randomly. And, you know, I don't really know what to expect, so it's kind of fun. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's that pattern today. So very cool. All right, well, this video is getting long enough, and I think you get the point. So go download that and give it a try. Lots of fun. And thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and yeah, happy gliding. Get lots of lift. Take care.